case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In an attention-grabbing case resonating with the echoes of an earlier precedence, a father took to court against his son's friend, seeking reparations for the harm inflicted upon him. Andrew, the plaintiff, had found himself on the painful end of a youthful kick from the defendant boy, resulting in an injury that had profound effects. Andrew's subsequent lawsuit set the stage for a compelling revisit of jurisprudence fundamentals and sparked an assessment of personal responsibility, as the court had to adjudicate whether the kick was the direct cause of Andrew's injury or whether other factors came into play. At the heart of the proceedings was the defendant's claim for a directed verdict, which the lower courts had denied, and the admission of medical expert testimony, which sought to establish the exciting cause of Andrew's injuries. While the defendant proposed several instructions, including the likelihood of an implied license to kick the plaintiff and the possibility of Andrew's contributory negligence or pre-existing conditions, the court found these unsupported by evidence or skewed misrepresentations of the law. Enlightened by the legal principles set in Wisconsin's Supreme Court case of Vosburg v. Putney, the majority opinion was weighted against the defendant. Chief Justice Levon drew a parallel between the evidence in both cases, laying ground to the conclusion, if an action led to harm, the perpetrator is responsible regardless of any pre-existing conditions of the victim. The court thus reaffirmed that a natural consequence of a kick is injury, making the young defendant liable for Andrew's ordeal. Despite several objections presented, only one required further scrutiny, but was ultimately disregarded as inconsequential. Hence, the defendant's liability remained unaltered, putting the final seal on the judgment of the circuit court. This decision was resolute in its affirmation that the admission of medical expert testimony was proper, thereby reinforcing the bedrock of personal accountability in the face of one's actions.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class